Yeah.
Thank you, Desert.
Okay.
All right. So, the first we have is Kimberly Spiegel here that would like to, speak regarding a property in Bogstown, actually two properties. Jesse Gebhardt, the case numbers are 2026 17 and 18, and it's on the new cases, page 6.
We'll go through some pictures first, and if you want to come up to the microphone and speak whatever you'd like to, and then you'll have 5 minutes to talk. Do it. So we'll run through these pictures real quick. Awesome, thank you. So these are from the initial case that I've been working on. Desiree and I were both out there at the same time. The situation at the time when we were there. Vehicles that were inoperable or not plated, junk and trash, scrap, other violations as well. The vehicles were tagged at the time. There's also a fence that's been knocked down that is now, you can see here in the picture, that is exposing quite a bit of other junk and trash. This is a picture of the neighbor's property and the Gebhardt property, of which there is no fence. And they can clearly see the junk and debris from their vantage point. So that's where, and so this is the fence on the other side that's been knocked down. You can tell there's several vehicles and lots of scrap junk and material in the back.
You want to step up to the mic, please?
Well, give these to.
Just bring it up here, we'll look at it.
Yeah, there were so many people. Otherwise, I would have made more copies. I'm
You're
sorry.
okay. You're okay.
I'm sorry. First of all, good morning, and thank you so much for giving me the time to read a statement. I am a neighbor of this property, and also a lady who made the complaint asked me to read a statement for her, if you don't mind. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today as a neighbor and property owner. My name is Donna Billman. I live 20 feet from the resident in question. I am unable to attend today as I have to work. A fellow neighbor is reading my statement. I have lived here, do I need to be closer? I have lived here in this town for many years, and my once quaint and quiet little town has now been turned into a junkyard next to my home. It is my understanding that he has a window replacement business in Greenwood and also does car repairs. Currently, there are 12 cars on the property, 2 trailers and 1 backhoe and storage pod, and lots of broken window frames everywhere. The homeowner directly across the street has moved. He was able to sell his home, but he didn't get what he wanted. The state of the property is affecting the property values of others. I'm sorry. My fear is because of the junkyard, which is in a building with no water, is nothing more than just a dumping ground for his business. And because there is no water, myself, my husband, and my granddaughter, who live within eyeshot, get to see them when they relieve themselves on the side of the building. My concern is that not being a resident, the mentality of keeping things in the condition worthy of our town is foreign to him. He has cut down trees that aren't even on his property and hasn't even cleaned up the wood. You'll see that in the pictures. In addition to trash, I'm concerned that he's operating a business without a posted business license and working regular hours, not on the weekends and nights as he is. While he is working, his son, who obviously needs something to do, runs the town on his four-wheeler, running it constantly up till 10 p.m., being loud, revving the engine in front of my house. Concerns have been brought up with many neighbors in town. The sheriff's been called for the four-wheeler running through the stop signs, tearing up the ditches, We've made several calls to the commissioner's office in the hope that it will be cleaned up. Calls and email will continue, not just for me, but everyone else on that street. Please get the mess cleaned up so that the busloads of people that are coming to Bogstown to enjoy our beautiful cabaret can enjoy it without thinking they're visiting a junkyard. That is from Donna Billman. Her house is right next door. My house, had my garage not been there, I'd be looking at it all day too. But if I want to go to my backyard, my deck, all I see that's all I see. I have only had one encounter with Jesse, or I've only had one encounter with him. Otherwise, he doesn't bother me at all. I've had to go over, I almost hit a son when he was out on the four-wheeler. He cut through my yard as I was pulling out of my driveway. So I just calmly said, please make sure your child is following the rules of the road. And other than that, if he could just clean it up, I would just be very, very grateful. But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this the same place we
Mhm.
had cleaned it? I mean, the guy cleaned it up once.
Once in a while, it's,
This is multiple,
Same owner?
Justin Gephardt, same.
multiple, was going to do everything, then he came in and.
This case was here before I was here. There was the fence was put up and
First,
and
great.
He was cleaning everything up
then,
and he quit.
yeah, I think this is, I think Lisa and I were talking, I think it's either at least the second, maybe the third that I've opened since I've been there. Probably.
I don't know, is it a water drain or?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Jesse here?
No,
No.
he didn't. The certified letters did get signed for and were sent back to my office.
Down this
So
road.
we've got notifications for the fine and then of the violation.
I see one of these has a lower number on it.
Which one is it?
It said one of his, of those two. One says Bogstown.
I don't know why it's in folder, I'm sorry.
Just a typo.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a typo.
Okay, I'll get ready.
Both these are bog
All
sounds.
these- Yeah,
They're all logs.
okay, I
don't know why it's.
Well, there is a Grant Street involved.
there is a branch.
Yeah,
Well,
there is.
Yeah. He has never officially applied for a ownership or business here.
No,
So it's.
nothing, yeah.
There's nothing legally zoned at this point.
Yeah, so this is kind of a unique one. So the zoning is village mixed use, which means you can do a residential use or you can do like a light commercial use. This is neither. This is outdoor storage essentially. So if nobody's living there, he can't have anything stored outdoors or doing any kind of personal business stuff. And from the business side of it, none of this is allowed in the business. So on our end, he would need to clean the whole thing up too.
It's a repeat case. Did have it cleaned up at one time. Now looks like it's a catch-all.
These two properties next door to each other,
Yes.
and he lives in one and one.
And, he doesn't live.
We don't own it there, so that's why I asked me, yeah.
Yeah. If he lived there, it's abandoned, nobody lives there, we're thinking of his outside store.
But his son hangs out there during the day.
Yeah, while he was working.
The other thing was there was some, I don't know where the miscommunication came from, but I was told by another member of the community that the property owner, Jesse Gephardt, and then the neighbor had made an agreement that they didn't need to put a fence on this property line, not this one that's up, down, but the other one, this right here. And I spoke with this property owner, Billman, and he said that was not true. So that they never talked about not putting a fence there. So I don't know where that puts us because of it being a case that was before me and there was an agreement that it was put behind the fence. It was fine. And now there's no fence on this side and this other fence is knocked down.
So that would negate that. Anyway, it's.
I mean, this is,
Well, if I remember correctly, he had this thing completely cleaned up.
Yeah,
Yeah, is that what your thoughts were? It was completely cleaned up.
Because we dismissed it
Yes, okay.
as
I remember the
everything meeting the ordinance.
so here's my question. I'm in favor of just ordering the abatement. There's the storage box container. How's that fall under our ordinance? Is that a vehicle or is that? It doesn't have any running gear on it, so
Yeah, it's not, it wouldn't be considered a vehicle. I mean, I think it kind
will
of
that
depends.
stay if we abate it?
It probably would for the time being. We'd have to make contact probably with the owner to see if he's renting it or what the status is of that. Yeah.
And we ask that it be gone.
Okay. Is that
I
been
make
there
a
the whole
motion to
time?
abate. My question is, do we also up the repeat fine?
I'm not
Or should we
sure
just abate it?
Yeah.
came into the property.
There's no reason why we can't kick the fine up. As long as
He's not doing what he
I mean, it's
said he was going to
just
do.
aggravating that we all were in agreement. It was great. And then he just,
It's with
way back.
Would like to-
Ben, have you had conversations with him?
So I sent him the letters. He's never called me. I've never talked, I've talked to
Just
him
trying to get it.
here before, but I've never talked to him. Cause he lives in Greenwood and he's only here. I spoke with another member of the community and who's a friend of his, and they said that he's not here every day. He just passes through sometimes from work job to work job. And so he did receive his letters. He signed for them and they're back in my office. So at least he knows this is going on.
And he's had ample time to call you back?
Yeah, I mean, it's the 15th, so it's been a couple weeks, yeah.
so what do you think on like $1,000 fine and abate?
Need to kick it
You're
up.
the one making the motion.
I would make the motion that we make the fine $1,000 and order the abate.
Okay,
I will second that.
I have a first and a second on abate the property and $1,000 fine plus the repeat case fines. All in favor? Go ahead.
Can I get some clarification on that? Will that, in this case, include the back part where the fence is knocked down because it was at one time behind the fence and now
The fence is
Yeah.
really gone now, so
Yeah,
that
it's
is
irrelevant.
so if it gets put back up, we still,
Yeah, that's
right,
If it's,
If they abate the property, they'll drag that fence out too, won't they? It's just laying on the ground.
maybe. I mean,
That's what I would want because to clean it up and leave that fence down there doesn't fix much.
we're-
are you good with that?
Yes.
I
Okay,
need some clarification. I want to make sure this motion is for both properties, both cases. So 2026-17 and 2026-18
Yeah.
for the record.
Yeah, can we just do one motion for
Was in each and abate both.
so I have a
Thank you.
first and second, $1,000 fine plus the actual, repeat case fine. And abate the property. All in favor, say
I
aye.
mean, so-
Opposed, the same. Motion carries.
That's good though.
What we can do is start out here. So we're gonna go in and clean it up.
So what is this? Is
Okay.
there time? Like,
Get there.
Yeah,
It may take some time.
When the contractor can get there, they'll come clean.
Next case is Stephen and Pamela Etheridge. It is case 2025-43 on page 3 of old cases.
You can go ahead and stand up if you want to. We'll go through the pictures from March 1st here. Junk and trash here on the side, tires. Other miscellaneous items here. Junk doors or doors that were outside. Here's April. There has been some improvement. Their mower died and then they were able to, he just told me a few minutes ago, they were able to borrow a mower to finish mowing. There has been some improvement. Some of this area has been cleaned up. You can kind of tell where the The brown spot is where there was some junk and stuff that was there. If you look back here by this building, the doors that were there are no longer there. They've been put away. This area right here in question is what I'm talking about. There's all this stuff was put away. There's still more to go. And I've spoken with Steve about this area. There's a couple toilets out here and stuff that need to be corrected. And he understands that the pots and other stuff for growing vegetables and stuff is fine, but it's the other stuff that's the issue. So
The trailer's all plated.
I've got I got that metal up and I got them doors moved inside the garage. I'm gonna build a greenhouse out of them for,
Back a picture.
uh,
Those trailers there, are they
the
plated?
horse trailer is not. He's aware of that. He's still looking into getting.
had the police came out, did an inspection on it for me. And then I went to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles and they've given me this,
Application for a lost title.
well, it's this here. I have to go over to the courthouse and get them to sign off on this. And, I got this to take to the courthouse for the inspection from the police. And, we're working.
That's out there as well that he did send me the title for, that he'd been working on getting the title for, and then he sent that to me, and then he just told me this morning that
He got the plate last
he's got the plates.
Thursday. And, it does have the plate. And, the black car sitting there, my granddaughter got her tax check, so she's got the money for me to buy the parts to get her a door and fix that wheel, so it'll be gone shortly. It's gonna be back up for her now though, because she did have to buy a car to replace that one. She's one of them driving around nurses, the care person, not actually a nurse, but this other stuff back here, I got that picked up and the toilets are gone. Hey, I broke one, had to buy another one. That's why the one was sitting out there. That porcelain's a little bit more brittle than you think. Broke it tightening it down.
And do you feel we had significant progress?
I think he's been really good about being in communication with me. He sent me the title stuff. Every time that I've been there, except for this last time, I've spoken with him. This last time I spoke with his wife, he was at the doctor. He is moving forward. And I would recommend giving him some more time.
And you did receive a voucher?
And yeah, he just,
Yeah,
Got you.
okay, 2 vouchers.
You haven't applied anything to take it there yet?
I
Yeah.
haven't gone yet. I've been putting stuff in the truck. So,
I would go along with Ben and make a motion that we continue to monitor for another month and hopefully continue to see progress.
I'll second that.
We have a motion.
I don't know how long it'll take them with this title, because that other one, it took quite a little bit of time.
You've done the initial legwork and that's all we can ask.
At least you've started that process.
The rest is on somebody else, not you now.
Any other questions down there?
You got a clear idea of what Ben needs and the board needs?
Yeah.
I have a motion to continue and monitor it. And a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you, Steve.
thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Next week, Don Deutsch here. It's regarding case 2026-15. It's new cases, page 4. And you'll see it under Michael Kirkendall.
Yeah, and Nicholas, I think. I don't know. This is a new case. This one is up in Pleasant View. It's visible from 74 as well as visible from the from 950 and from Michigan Road. junk and trash, a couple vehicles that were inoperable. 3 vehicles were plated in total or were tagged in total. It just recently was sold as of, I believe, the 23rd. Is that correct? Yeah.
So I get all this vehicle,
So this vehicle right here, the silver one, that was just recently impounded due to the tag expiring.
okay,
The trailer left, and is believed maybe to be in Michigan. The other vehicle was removed by someone else as well.
so somebody's,
Well, maybe.
okay,
There's a possibility.
I'm not sure what happened to them, but they're gone. So I purchased it on the 23rd, so my intent is to clean all that up and fix the house up and hopefully either
You're Michael,
No, he's the new owner.
the new owner,
New owner. If you want to say your name just for the record.
yeah, Don Deutsch.
okay,
On what?
Deutsch.
and you bought this through a sheriff's sale or just
No, I-
property itself?
Yeah, he bought it.
It was a short sale through the bank.
Okay,
Well, actually, I bought it from the bank and
you inherited this mess.
Yeah.
Basically, their body in
I'll be cleaning up and getting the graffiti off, painting the house or doing something, but
How soon do you think you'll have it cleaned up?
I would say within the month.
Good.
Thank you.
yeah. Jody, if we, at this point today, decide we're gonna find this case, does it go against the old case, go against the,
No, it's gonna go against the
it's
property.
gonna be a whole new property now?
It'll go
Okay,
against this gentleman here.
okay, all right.
We'll find one.
Yeah. Well, I thought if the bank was selling it short, they might as well get short a little more and we'll go clean it up for you. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make a motion just to continue to allow him time to do what he's gonna do, so.
I'll second.
I have a second and a first and a second to continue to monitor and allow you time to get cleaned up.
So what that will mean is that I'll be back out in about a month to get updated pictures just for the board meeting, which will be May 27th, I believe. And then, so I'll be out there the week before to get pictures. You got my number. I think still, yeah. So you can just call me. And if you get it done beforehand, I'll come out, get pictures and we'll get it taken care of.
From your standpoint, all this graffiti was probably from a neighbor that was fed up with it.
Well, I think it was a bunch of kids, maybe some other people that were up to no good doing other things at the time. And yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case is Marlena York, 2026-08, on page 7 of old cases.
Name of yours. Oh, they were, yeah.
All right, we'll start off with Mark's pictures here. This is the property that's on Brandywine Road, doesn't currently have a actual physical address, got a parcel number just south of 400 North. Initial complaint was tall grass and weeds, junk, trash, inoperable vehicles. This is a burned out camper. While I was there, there were other violations which were all noted. All the vehicles at the time were tagged. Tires and other debris. And these are all from the initial, here's April. They've been able to remove some of the vehicles. There has been some progress and stuff. The camper is still there. The boat in the back, it has a tag on it. Nothing was being towed away until after this meeting. So I was at the property with them last week. I told them about that issue, about the van, and then the trailer. There's now also in the back of this pile of trees and stuff, there's also a RV that's not currently plated. I spoke with them about that as well. Yeah, I think it was last plated in 20. So there's still stuff to go, but they've made some progress.
All of this is your stuff, right? There's been some.
It's our sons.
That's our stuff,
Right.
unfortunately, but yeah.
And you
And-
got him cleaning it up now?
He's working on it, but he's working, she works. You know, I'm retired. I can physically limited. I can do so much. But we didn't get able to get in there this morning because it was wet.
Yeah.
And didn't want to get stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has made some progress. The van and the boat, he's trying to get the titles for those so that they can be plated. And the RV, he traded something for that. So same on that. We're waiting on getting his, you know, so he owns it so that we can get a plate on it.
And they have to operate too, right? They have to start and drive and pull forward. and back.
Right.
Everything but the van.
Yeah, the van probably is going to go away. We just have to be able to have the title to be able to.
Get rid of it.
That's right.
So do you have an idea of how long it'll
Supposedly, the tires are more loaded than that, and we actually took some last week to the recycle center.
And they
But like I
said
said, we have
in
a-
June that we could bring all the tires we want. And I thought, okay, that's free, so
Bring them all.
do that.
You think in the month of June you'll have it completed?
We hope so. It's been a struggle.
Yeah, I can.
We don't like seeing it this way
No,
either.
we don't.
You know, like I said, it's, you know, we can't build there. Which I guess I'm confused on how it's considered residential when it's 100-year floodplain and you still can't build.
As far as we know.
Right, as far as we know. But yeah, I mean, we're working on it. We're getting there.
No.
Is there a creek running close by here?
It's on the other side of the road. You know, it's on the other side of Brandywine Road.
Yes, it does flood, like Brandywine Road does.
It does.
To Brandywine Creek.
Oh,
I don't
Yeah,
want
that
to
front
from there,
where
you
you
know.
pull in floods quite a bit. It seems like that's really the worst part.
Those ruts are pretty deep.
They are, and we can't get our
It was
vehicles
one
back.
path and now there's 3 paths where they
Yeah,
couldn't get through the one, so they were going other places and now.
and the track needs repair to be able to get everything bush hog. But there again, there's, you know, saplings and stuff up. We're gonna have to get all that cut down before we can bush hog. But we're working on it.
any
If
questions?
we could get a break on the rain, we might be able to put that.
I just, don't want to drag their feet on getting the titles. I know how that can just drag on forever.
Yeah.
The other thing I would recommend is to make sure that you're not burning anything that's not able to be burned, not burned, like that trailer, the camper,
That
It
actually
caught fire.
caught fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was tearing it down. There wasn't lots of it left, but they had a fire going over there, so they've moved the fire pit out more toward the field part.
Fairland responded to that fire.
I could look up somebody.
I don't know if anybody called. We weren't aware of the fire until
It may have been.
Look it up.
months after the event, so it's,
And the property is Shelbyville, basically. Right.
but the camper is my nephew's, and so
Right.
he is planning to come and get it.
Okay.
It was his, I mean, it's gone, but he wants the base of it.
For the tags, when are the vehicles to be removed? Yeah.
The tags have expired. And the vote by the board last month was to hold on any kind of impound until this meeting was over, or until this meeting today. So what would the board like to pursue with that?
We're talking about the trailer now.
The trailer, the van right here, the boat,
RV?
the RV was not tagged at that time.
They're-
He traded for.
The one in the back part of the property on the east side.
Okay,
The one
that's
that's
just
gutted.
that's a
It's
gutted
an empty
trailer.
shell. Basically, it's an empty shell.
Right.
It's not
The one
a
you-
full thing, it's just a pull.
Is that the one you said he traded for?
Yeah.
He probably don't have a title or anything.
He's
Not
trying to get it from his cousin, but I can't seem to get a hold of him right now.
Would it help if we just tagged them and took them?
That's what I'm afraid it's gonna just keep dragging on and on and on.
We see that a lot. when
Yeah, we
people
see
don't
that a
pay
lot.
Title.
They just say, we're in the process of getting it, and nothing ever happens.
Well, I think our son's pretty clear now that it's gonna all need to be gone. I don't know what he's gonna do with it, but it can't stay there.
Right.
You know, and he commented to us, you guys don't like to come here too much. I'm like, oh, look, he used to come and have picnics and do
Right.
things, but it's,
If we asked him to tag him and he came out the next chance he got, whenever that would be, it would be 20 days. And son would have that 20 days to do what he could do. And at the end of the 20 days, our contractor would just come and get him whenever he could after the 20 days. But it may take much longer than 20 days from today. But it would be a process that ignited him to get something done, or eventually we would.
I mean, we're hoping that he will do it. It doesn't cost us any more money,
Right.
you know. We have to pay to have her.
Yeah, that's gonna, no, that's
That
not.
trailer's never gonna be operational.
Well, I think so far, like, at least from the board's standpoint, I don't think it's cost you any money.
Right.
So, yeah,
And you're still helping us
yeah.
to a certain extent.
But now if we impound, or if we come and get the vehicles, at that point, does it cost them money because, yeah,
The cost of the contractor would be applied to their property taxes.
I mean, it looks to me like that van, that doesn't look like it's close to being operational.
no, it doesn't have a motor
Nope.
and it doesn't
It's only
have
has,
wheel.
only has one
They were
wheel.
just using it as a camper because the camper,
Unless he hauls it off for scrap,
Right.
I guess.
So we're hoping to do.
I think if you go home and tell them you've got like 20 days to have somebody come haul that off for scrap, or you get some money, otherwise
Right.
the cost.
Right.
Be the emphasis he needs to get moving. What do we want to?
You met with their son?
I've never met him. I've met the couple here, but I've never met them. Met this.
you know, on the property.
Right.
And we see this.
And she's supposed to make it for some stuff, but I thought it was gonna fit in the shed. But it morphed into much more than,
See this a lot with people that own a piece of property that have a rental.
Yeah.
And the renter does things like this and it falls on the property owner. Where parents allow son and cousins to come out, hang out.
It was supposed to be a temporary thing and then it just kind of escalated. So.
Kevin and I were also just talking about, even with the best of intentions, it's going to be hard for a normal homeowner to get that hauled away and that stuff.
that's not,
Not very mobile.
it's my nephew's, that, whatever you call it, that's what was the
base,
camper.
The trailer frame.
Yeah, the frame.
Yeah. He's supposed to come and get it. They've got two good wheels on it. I don't know what he's gonna do with it, but I've been told.
He's had at least a month to do that.
I don't know how long he's known. That's
Again, that's
sons, it's my nephews who I,
going to take some work to get that to where it's transportable.
right, I mean, it's,
Got two good wheels.
It's not roadworthy.
And they
It would be impounded by
were here
sheriff.
last month, right?
Yes.
And the son and the nephew and all of them's had a month to start something.
Yeah, I mean, they were,
Done.
it was started back in, February 24th. So we're now 2 months out,
But still,
so,
neighbor nearby.
I mean, they've worked well with me, like, we've had communication and stuff. I've met them last week at the property.
Really torn to add anything to these folks.
That.
When they're out of their kindness have allowed family to do
Right.
this to them.
Right, what if
we are working to get it taken care of. Just need more time. It was so many we couldn't get here. I know other people were in there, but I was not stuck and have to like home out.
Then we take it.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be able to have it done.
they get the chance? And we're not putting a burden on them. Okay.
So good.
I'll make a motion that we monitor one more month. And at the next meeting, if they're not gone, then we'll take. That'll give you at least, let them know right now.
Right.
They got until our next meeting that they're gone, or I hate to say it, we'll take them and
Then that costs you.
we'll go on in.
So basically, you're gonna have what, 45 days or something like that? Yeah.
But our next meeting, we'll order it abated if it's not done, and whenever Ben gets out and tags, and then whenever the contractor comes out after 20 days.
It won't be just the next meeting. There's a time, but it's giving you some time so you don't have to incur it.
Appreciate it.
We're trying our
We're
best.
trying to help you and get the problem solved too.
Appreciate it. Thank
And
you.
I'll second his motion.
Okay, so I have a motion to continue to monitor. And we expect progress next month, or we are going to have it abated. Is that too complicated?
No, sir.
And I need to re-tag the vehicles.
They're tagged now.
I tagged them at the initial.
And we told them.
I would retag them just so that something doesn't happen.
Does that restart the date or something if you tag them again?
For the day I tag them, that's when I start my 20-day.
Yeah.
Timeline.
We should.
But we,
I would retag it later, close to the next meeting.
I say we told them we give them a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 20 days plus here.
Okay.
All right, so I have a first and a second on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Put a stick on.
Yeah.
Next,
So,
yes, May 27th. Okay, next case is Anthony Sigmund, 2025-05 on page 2.
Twenty 25, page 2. Okay, page 2. Jones and Page.
Here's March pictures. Progress was continuing from February to March. At this point, during these pictures, I met with Tony at the property, thanked him for his continued progress. I was out here a week ago. More progress has been made. He's continuing to work kind of like from the east to the west. You can tell this area is much cleaner than it was.
Those containers that are in that last picture, I just picked those up. You'll see in the next picture. I'm getting firewood ready for next year. I'm filling the plastic and the metal totes. So I cut holes in the bottom of the plastic, put them on a skid, and you'll see in the next picture. But
They're not gonna hold water.
no, it's not gonna hold water because I don't want wood,
Yeah.
wood. I want it to dry out. But I'm trying to get firewood for next year. I'm not even there all the time now. I went through 40 rick of wood last year. So trying to get a head start on next year. But you can see right there all the mulch. We've got watermelons, cantaloupe, and other stuff planted there. And then out front with big garden out front. And, there's a toad out front that it's water for that garden. White toad up there. I just got it full so I can. I even hooked hoses up to it, so all I got to do is open the valve up. It flows down through there. So
When I drive by, one of the things I noticed at this point is all the telephone poles.
Truck and those.
What will you do with those?
keep working on the fence. Plus, I've got a sawmill that I cut a lot of lumber with them.
Are you continuing to get new ones in?
Not right at the moment. I did sell some last month. So
You sell it?
yeah, sold 10 of them for $100.
I mean, do you sell the milled wood? Do you shoot
No,
yourself?
I haven't. I've had a couple of guys approach me about it, but as much as it takes and I got time in it, I just use it for myself. Goats are destructive. It seems like I'm always repairing.
Also keeping the grass down though, isn't it?
They are. And that's another thing I want to do with these totes, kind of use them as temporary fence posts and extend my area where my goats are. And that way they can eat more grass. Got a kind of a system I'm mowing right now where I bag all my grass and feed to them, and they're eating about 350 to 400 pounds of grass a day. So
I think our biggest concern now, it's been a year now, and seeing some progress, a little progress, a little progress, but it's compared to where this thing started, I'm amazed that you can even see the grass right now. So, I mean, you're doing work and we appreciate that. But at some point, we got to get a closure.
being if you could get with me sometime, just give me a call and we can get together and come down to it, see what little things need to be done.
Seems to me like this last is, I mean, it seems like there's been a lot done.
I did get a lot done this last month.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like there was a lot more than normal.
Yeah, I did we had a break in the weather earlier in the month and I did get a lot done.
My impression though is as I go by, I think the east side is looking really good. When I see the big pile of poles, it's like, that doesn't look like it's ever gonna correct itself. I mean, that looks like a years long project to mill those or do whatever you're gonna do. I don't know if there's some way to restack those to make them more sightly, but that's just my personal.
I'm hoping since I rebuilt my, he didn't have a picture of it, but I rebuilt my sawmill. I put it on a different frame and I was having trouble cutting where the joints and pieces of the sawmill came together. I'd get an unevenness and I put it on a different frame and I can cut 26 foot now. But it's one solid smooth cut. So it's smooth, it cuts so much smoother. I can cut faster. So I'm hoping that helps me cut a little better. But
You have a plan to, the poles holding the fence up, cutting those down.
on what now?
So on the fence, you've got like the support poles holding it up. Are you gonna cut those down so everything's even?
We got 3 bat houses up there right now. So I'm hoping I get some bats in there.
You don't intend to extend this fence on up?
No. Hoping to get some bats. And my wife's been wanting me to put some wren houses out.
Are those poles completely round that you've got up there, or have they been cut in half?
They're completely round.
I think ideally, if you can figure out something else for the bats, it would, I mean, beauty is the eye of the holder, right? But for people who don't like this fence, I think it would help if you could take the posts down to the level of the fence.
Might be able to.
What is it the board would like to do?
Well, then I think you need to go out and get a clear path forward. And then I think we're almost to the point that, we, like I said, we gotta get this done. Like seeing you every month, but I don't want to see you every month. But I just want to get it done.
For me too.
Yeah, I just want to, we need to get it done. We need a clear path and then we need, some kind of positive feedback from you on a completion date. because I think it's getting close to that point. So I moved to monitor one more month, have Ben go out and make sure that you get a clear path and go from there.
Can I have a motion to monitor one more month and get a clear direction of where we want to go? And do I have a second?
Second.
And I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you.
I'll be in contact with you.
Okay, if I don't answer, send me a text. I get like 50 spam calls a day.
Get it?
So,
All right, thanks, Tony.
thank you.
Next is Michael Sonday, case 2023-35 on page 1.
Yeah. Yeah. You can go through the pictures, the first pictures anyway.
All right, so we'll start with March here. Vehicles and other scrap junk around the property. Here's April. You'll notice there's been significant improvement. There's two vehicles that are still in violation, but that he's going to be working on soon. Before, at last meeting, there were more than two. There was probably 6 or 7 that were in violation that he's been able to take care of. You'll notice that this pile, if you go back one, please, right here in this area, that has been removed, and he's been cleaning up that area.
On the other side of the wagon.
To the right, you'll see like there's a green barrel.
Yeah.
Look, but there's like that bare spot. You'll see some brown. That was covered up with some scrap,
Okay.
steel, stainless steel, I think was what it was.
Since you were out, this was from the other day when you were out, right?
This is,
Yeah, there's been some of that stuff right there sticking out has been cleaned up also. I took a scrap load and I'm getting ready to have another. And then of course, all that stainless that was in that one picture is gone. Well, I mean, it's in the trailer, but I've got stainless scrap in that trailer and I'm getting another steel scrap load together with all this stuff on another trailer. And, yeah, so it's getting down to where I can see the end. Yeah, and then those barrels are going away probably this week sometime, of course, weather permitting. Yesterday evening, I was gonna do some stuff, and of course I got home from work and it was a wash. So, yeah, it's coming together. Of course, the trucks that's out front in the drive there are gone.
Mhm.
And that one, I still need to get those other wheels on it and get it up and moved, but
You got a lot of grass to mow.
Oh,
4 acres.
Oh,
this,
Almost,
okay.
I don't know why.
just under 4.
Right. So I'm thinking, look into that. I wanted to make sure that.
Yes.
it was going the right.
Yeah, but then again, this is, of course, I don't know if you ever taken a picture like from the road? Because none of this stuff at all you can see from the big items, like the vehicles and stuff you can see from the road. And then of course from like the panels you were asking about leaning up against the barn on the other side of the white panel, those you can see from 800
right.
across the field, but those are going in the next scrap load anyhow. So yeah, all this, all this stuff is getting picked through and cleaned up and, yeah, so it's coming together. Of course, in my case, I know everybody's getting busy, but working and the days, like I told you the other day, the days that I do have open, it's the weather's either jacked up or something else is going on. So, and then of course, not that that's a problem, but that little cottage playhouse thing, it's going to go away. And then the trampoline that's out here this way, and that hasn't been a problem either, but that's all getting cleaned up also. So, and then this pile there. The tractor, it moves occasionally because I'm using it all the time. And then the mower, and then that little
Get the wheels on it, he said.
that little pile of stuff there with the doors leaning against it. That's all getting cleaned up. I've got to list those doors and they're going away. But until then, I'm gonna get them in the barn and then the rest of that up to the barn. And yeah, it's just a matter of dispersing everything here and there, and some of it's going to scrap.
From my standpoint, and I think I'm speaking for the board, you're the second oldest case, you know,
What's that?
the second oldest case, you go back to 2020.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. And look, we've been through that before. One call one time from some jackass neighbor that wasn't supposed to be contacting me anyways, and never had any problems with anybody else ever since then. So, and even before that. So, you know, and I'm 600 feet off the road, and yeah, it's
But you're still in violation of our ordinance.
right. Well,
And we've been working with you. We appreciate everything you've done. We're just.
We want to get to the end.
I mean, I don't live in an HOA neighborhood to where, you know, we've always got projects going on, like, and that's not going to stop. That's been my life forever. And my boys they're welders, and we're always welding and having projects. We do stuff for the community and for neighbors and for the orchard. And I'm not just going to shut down my life and hobbies because of one call, one complaint from someone who doesn't matter. And that's what it all boils down to. I mean, you're not going to take someone's life away. I mean, I do know that when all this started, you know, there was probably 17 plus vehicles, and it was because I had people, you know, like you was talking about earlier, with when you have property, you know, people store stuff. You know, I had other people had stuff there, and of course that's all gone. And some of it I ended up from other people that I ended up inheriting and it not wanting to. So I'm cleaning up that also. And you know, of course, you know, we're just coming out of winter time, and then I had some health issues last year, you know, and all that. So I'm, you know, like Toby Keith, I'm not as good as I once was, you know.
Don't take this wrong. We appreciate everything you've done so far.
Right.
We would like to see the end of the journey.
Yeah, well, me too.
I think you're getting close, so.
Like the last guy, we like you, but we're tired of seeing you.
Me too. I don't really have time, you know, like that. Like I told Ben the other day when he was out, like sometimes I can't make the meeting because I'm busy at work also. And I feel like when I don't make the meeting, something else new pops up that I hadn't even heard about before in any of it. And you know, it is what it is. I mean, we got to get it taken care of. I understand. But yeah, this out that way, I mean, it's a lot has changed. I mean, we had.
Our 5 minutes is up.
Okay. 5 minutes is up.
All we have to do, board.
I guess continue, say I'd like to be done with it, but
We're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close. I think we'll see even a ton of improvement.
Yeah, this next month is the weather.
The way it looks, the way that you described.
and again, for me personally, if you can concentrate like that, just
Yeah.
get a whole area instead of picking here and picking there, would
Well,
be
and
better.
right.
So I have a motion to continue to monitor in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so we have Gavin Amrine, case 2026-12. It's new cases, page 2.
Lauren? Have a registration. Right.
Thank you.
You said page 2.
New cases.
Oh, new case. Oh. There we go.
Thank you, sir.
This is all from,
Yes, this is a brand new repeat case.
okay. Oh, okay.
Initial complaint, yeah, initial complaint. Junk and trash, inoperable vehicles. I was out there, I tagged 3 vehicles in total. Other junk and trash that was visible there on the driveway, tires. As you can see, other items out there. I was out there last week and I spoke with Mr. Imran, and so he just brought me the title for the F-150. So it's good. The other 2 trailers that were there, I was out there, like I said, last week, and they were gone. We spoke about he's continuing to clean up. He's wanting to expand part of his barn to put some more stuff in there. There has been some improvement since case started. So I'll let you speak and go from there.
Yes. The trailers I had bought, they needed repairs. And I ended up not registering them. Well, I ended up using them as storage back when I was dealing with the first issues. I had everything cleaned up and we ended up dismissing that case. After seeing the pictures, it did make me think more that I've been trying to clean out my barns. And that's one of the things that during our last meeting or so, I had mentioned that I needed to, and that's what I wanted to continue. But I don't have access to that dump truck. But when my friend is not using it, he's in construction as well. So I've been pulling stuff out of the barns to get rid of it. Anything that's trash, I just bring out, and I realize it doesn't look good. I've been trying to bag things as I take them out. But everything there that you see, are there new pictures?
No, because this is the initial case.
Okay.
And yeah, there will be next month, but
Everything in that entire area has been removed. I got access to the trailer about 3 days before. So everything I'd piled up, I got out of there. But everything looks actually, my own perspective, actually better than it did before we had the last case dismissed. I have talked with my buddy that has the trailer. He's planning to buy a new one. So I'm going to buy this one off of him. It's a dump trailer. So I'll have access to it. Instead of bringing stuff out from the carport and the barn, I'll put it straight in there. That way, no one driving by has any reason to complain. I absolutely understand why they did. So,
Jody, kind of update us on, we had an agreement with the attorney, the last case, and this was supposed to be cleaned up or to dismiss the case.
Right.
Where are we at now? I mean, what?
It was dismissed. There was an agreement made. They cleaned it up in the time frame that was provided, and that case was dismissed. So it never got to the point where, a permanent injunction or anything was entered in that matter because he did clean it up.
yes, I did all the work myself.
This is a new case. It should be treated like any repeat case that we get.
I never felt it got cleaned up.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It didn't look very good.
Well, with my barns especially, my barns were packed to the gills. I've been in construction
Your
for,
barn, your carport, the whole bit, none of it really looked like it ever got
Yeah.
cleaned up.
Wood
And we
sticking
did
out.
dismiss the case. The board did vote to dismiss it, and that was probably 2 years ago, I'm guessing.
We dismissed it because the attorney promised us that if they did not clean it up, that we didn't need to abate the property, they would pay to have it abated. And it was never abated, but that case was dismissed. This is a new case.
you're starting over.
I don't want to,
Over.
I agree with you. I don't want to stop and say, okay, everything is wonderful. I want to continue. Obviously, back from when it was flooded, I need to get that barn cleaned out. A lot of stuff in there is rusted, trash.
Flooded
All
in 2008,
back in 08, but it's
Yeah.
flooded since then as well.
22 years ago.
Yes, sir.
I make a motion that we abate the property immediately and just have the guys come out and clean it up and get it in compliance.
You're right with that. I mean, it looks to me like even with best intentions, it's gonna take a long time
Yeah,
to get this under control. And without the right equipment, it's gonna be almost impossible.
Well, like I said, I do have access to that dump trailer now.
just,
So I'm going to
When's the last time you actually took stuff to the dump?
last week.
Last week?
And before that, it was about 3 months, but he's been busy. He's using the trailer,
Was that stuff from here or from a project that you're working on?
Here. My house. I want my house to look the nicest when you go through the neighborhood. I am not going to stop until it is. I have like the tires there. Those are new tires that I bought off of Marketplace for my truck. The reason I didn't have my old truck registered, I bought the newer truck because this one went, something happened to it mechanically. I do my own mechanics work. And so it took me a while to get it fixed, which it's fixed now. Obviously, I pulled it out and moved it. So I took care of that and re-registered it. So it's good to drive. And I do have someone interested in it as well. So now that it's running.
And his motion,
Okay, so we have a motion to have the property abated and a second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, the same. Motion carried. We're gonna come clean it up for you.
now what that means is if you've got anything that you really value, you need to get it out of there because our contractor shows up. He'll start taking stuff.
I'll send you the notice. It'll be 20 days. You'll have to get it corrected. So it's not going to be tomorrow.
So even though at this point, before this meeting, I cleaned this entire area up, we're moving forward with something that's going to really harass my life and make my life very difficult because I'm a contractor. I have to work to make my ends meet. I have to make payments. I have to do all these things. I realized where I was wrong. I shouldn't have pulled stuff out and let it sit because I was waiting on a trailer. That hindsight's 2020. But I'm continuing the process. I didn't stop. I'm not shaking my fist and saying, well, I don't care. Who cares what you guys think? I am very much wanting to work with and continue with the process. I realize someone that drives by and isn't even a neighbor of mine. My neighbors several of them have come to me and said they appreciate what I've worked on and how much nicer it looks.
Our
I
5
know that
minutes are
I'm
up.
doing this. Sorry.
5 minutes are up.
Calvin, we have been embarrassed. We've worked with you. We've heard all the excuses and we got to get it cleaned up one way or the other. And we're going to tag it and it's just a matter of time before the contractor can get there. So you got some time. And if I see a major difference in 30 days, we might change our mind. But right now we cannot. This is going on way too long.
We're going to send an abatement notice and then it's done. If- Yeah, so we won't review it at next month's meeting.
If that
this
is,
month won't matter.
Right.
So it'll get hopefully abated before next month's
Yeah.
meeting.
I should have brought pictures because this looks better than it did before when you got it.
If it's compliant, then of course the abatement won't occur. So in those 20 days, if you get it done, call me. You got my number now. Well, I'll come out and I'll verify it.
Appreciate that. When we were going through this, I came to a number of the meetings and I watched as other people explain their situation and stuff. And I got pointers as to, okay, what do I want to keep from doing? What do I want to fix now? What do I want to take care of? And it's been very informative and I do appreciate what the service you guys do. I've owned that property for 30 years and I want it to be, like I said, one of the better properties out there. I really do. But it's been a lot of years of accumulating stuff as a contractor. You know, I have a lot of things that are valued very much of value to me. My retirement is not, I work for myself, so my retirement is not a 401k. It's the things that I have that I can make into something of value. And I understand that everyone,
Before our guy
We
gets
better get to
there.
work then. That's all we gotta say at this point. I mean, we're tired.
I've been up till 2 o'clock in the morning, making sure all that stuff that was there is gone.
For 31 years, you've been bringing stuff in. And that's what we're up against.
Oh, I forgot to mention, my basement also flooded. So that was part of that mess that I got out waiting for the trailer. My 5 minutes is over, and I appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Whoever left.
All right, start with Anderson here. So this is back from March. Rusty had been in here working on some of it, his crew. There's April. Much progress has been made. You'll notice they've hauled out several 30-yard dumpsters. Most of all the tires.
Is this still Rusty doing it or is this our contractor?
No, this is Rusty.
Okay.
Good.
They are, they're going to take one loader that's left to go, this one. They're going to take that one and then they got to get their loader out. And their crew member is going to call me at some point this week, maybe tomorrow or Thursday, to get an idea of how much more time they need to be out there. He said that in the process, they were working on doing some stuff. They found another load of tires that were kind of buried. They didn't realize or moving something and pulled another dozen out. But there's been a huge amount of progress.
Correct.
The only thing that they're not going to take is the school bus and the semi trailers, and then the other trailers that are no longer trailers that are just boxes. But since they were a trailer initially, they would go. But supposedly the property owner has someone that's going to come get the school bus, but the semi trailers are still, they will be impounded or removed after Rusty is done.
Great progress.
I didn't think we'd ever see it.
Yeah, it was very nice to see some.
Is it this, the 2 semi-trailers or are there more?
There's more than that. I think if I total them all up, I think there's 3 or 4 semi trailers. There's a school bus. I think there's 8 items. 8 or 9.
Including, well,
Well, the loader's going with Rusty.
okay.
And our contractor's gonna clean up what Rusty doesn't. It's already been decided. When Rusty's done, our guy
Yeah.
finished.
I was trying to get the 2 of them together with me to be on the property. And it just didn't work out this month, schedule wise. So, but I met with both of them independently at the property a couple times, and both of them know what's going on. Like I said, Rusty's contract or Rusty's crew member is going to call me whenever he's done this week, and then hopefully after that, our contractor will come in and clean up the rest. Now, all I'd say, we are a little behind on abatements right now, so there's another property that's ahead of this one that really needs to be done first, and then after that will be this one. So.
So do we need to
Move this
continue?
one down the line as far as he needs to.
Yeah, because I never, like I said, I thought I'd be going off this committee, they still be on the docket.
This should be, speaking out loud, this should be a before and an after the when we got involved, because this was a disaster. I mean, it was years and years and years of being a mechanic shop.
Right.
To a clean property, it'll be worse than money down the road. So if we ever decide to do a brochure, this should be the case.
Well, at the end of the year, we do our end of the year review, and there's always a before and after, so that may be one of them.
But there's another one on 52 that's coming up too.
Do we need to continue this?
Yeah, I would recommend continue just till the abatements.
I make a motion, we continue.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Here's Michael Gray. There will not be any updated pictures on this one. There hasn't been any progress. Steve Moore's, I'm sorry, the contractor, he's gonna come in here and clean it up. Again, there's been some scheduling issues with some heavy equipment that he needs to get in there to do some of it. But this is the priority now. Like this is the one that's been on the property, been on the list the longest. I need to get this one done, get this one off the list, and then we'll go and finish up the one we were just speaking about. So
There's all kinds of equipment right across the street from you. Go talk to Beatty about it.
yeah, well, he's already got someone lined up to help him. It's just been
So we don't have to do anything at this point, just waiting for
the
the
date's over, I think. All right, Michael Hubbard here, March. This one was ordered for abatement. This is the stuff that was going on at the time. There really wasn't a ton that needed to be done, but they had moved some stuff. Here's April. It was self-abated. They corrected it themselves. We were gonna go in and do it, and they did it themselves. So
You recommend dismissal?
I did.
I'll make the motion to dismiss property.
have a motion to dismiss it. Second. A second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right, Abby Drake here on 850 West, February. Again, this one will not have any updated pictures due to it. We're just waiting on court action. Then Jody can speak to this one.
Yeah, we filed suit in this one. We're just waiting on the court to set it for a hearing.
Now, why did we file a court action rather than just abate? Yeah,
So,
threats?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's threats. Which, and from what I'm understanding, when we get into cases like that, we just have to go to court anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So we just continue it, or we need to do a thing?
You can just continue it, yeah, since it's proceeding through the legal.
Make the motion, we continue to monitor.
very good. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
The trailer picked up there down here to, yeah, Napa's drink trailer. My wife said, what is that? I said, advertising.
That's Shelbyville's rules, not ours.
Yes, yes.
all right, Dean Reed Properties here. She's on North Michigan Road. Back in March. Yeah, March. Here's April. There's been some progress. Spoke with the owner's wife. He wasn't there. He just recently took a new job, which takes him out of the county almost 6 days a week, sometimes more. So I talked to her about the grass. She doesn't know how to mow. She doesn't know how to use the tractor. That's what they use to mow with. So that needs to be done. There's a trailer back there that's pretty much full of trash is what you're seeing right there. I spoke with her about the other issues behind the house. She's aware of it. She's clear. And I suggested to see if there was any neighbors that she might borrow a mower or some way get some help to mow. And she said she would look into it.
Are all the vehicles parked there theirs, or is it employees of this guy's that are parked there while they go out of town?
No, those are all his. Now the white van, I don't know. That's a new arrival. I believe the Ford is.
Looks like.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a new arrival to the property. The Ford, I believe, belongs to the wife, but the others are all, I believe, their husbands and then a family. So
This camper has a slide out, which tells me somebody might be living in there. Do they have?
I've not seen that any indication that there's another property that I've had the same thought on, but I don't see that here. Due to like foot traffic, I don't see on the other side where people are in now, consistently. I kind of think they just left it out.
Okay.
There's still, I mean, they've made some progress, but there's still quite a bit that needs to be done.
With him out of town, should we abate the property or should we give him a month to get somebody to mow it or what?
Well, the other thing was she had said something about she was going to try and be here today. I was kind of hoping that she would kind of talk about it. I mean, I would be fine with giving it another month and then seeing where we're at, seeing if he's going to have any time, and if not, maybe at the next month abate. But I mean, that's completely up to you guys.
Well, on your suggestion, I would make a motion that we continue to monitor for a month and maybe she could make the next meeting and maybe she could know that if they are not able to get it done, that we could help them at the next meeting.
That's the way you frame that. I second it.
So the motion is to request that she show up or order her here or hold for it.
Well, she does with him working. She said that he took a union job, which takes him out of state too. And I think they have at least 3 kids. So her getting here is not always easiest. But she has a family member that was there that day when I was there. I thought she said he's going to watch, but maybe that fell through to where she couldn't come with kids. Let her know.
Just let her know that.
I'll talk to her.
If possible, it's not a request or definitely not an order, just, she thought she may come today, maybe she thinks she may come next month, but let her know that in a month, that hopefully she'll clean it up or we will.
That was good.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So the ones we're waiting on, do we just automatically continue?
Yeah, this is one I actually didn't even file an answer, so we'll be seeking judgment here soon, and once we get that, we'll get that over to contract.
The person that's residing here, even though they don't own it anymore, has reached out to me a couple times wanting to get a vehicle that was impounded back, and it's still not compliant. He said that he couldn't mow because some of the parts that he needs to mow with are in the truck. But the parts that he needs, I told him, I said, well, you might just have to go down and get a new belt to mow with. But he reached out to me yesterday. I haven't had a chance to call him back yet. Yeah.
Oh, what are we gonna do here? What, have we set a motion on this thing?
Well,
This is one that's going through court, so we
Oh,
just.
okay, all right.
It's a motion to continue.
Motion to continue.
Yeah.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
yeah, this is on her side though, so we've just been waiting on. And this is February and stuff, but I don't have any updated pictures for this one either due to, I think it was just the courtesy of the board in waiting for her court action to take place to get the property cleaned up. She's already said that she would do that once he was evicted or whatever.
And I did receive an update from her attorney. I think it was late last week. They did receive an order from the court of possession and they will get possession April 30th. So in 2 days. And he did indicate that she's gonna make sure she gets right on the property and starts cleaning it up. So you might just monitor that to make sure.
Make a motion to continue to monitor.
Second. I have a motion to continue and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
Same thing with Brian Reed, waiting on court action on this one.
Yeah, and in this one, like Saber, he did not file an answer. So we'll just be seeking an order from the court here shortly. Hopefully get that over to the contractor.
You want to repeat that?
Yeah, so this is another one that's currently proceeding through court and Mr. Reed does not file an answer, so we'll be seeking a default judgment. Once we get that, we will send it over to the contractor for payment.
So motion to continue. Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
All right, here's Sharon Coy residence here in Fairland. March pictures. Tall grass and weeds, junk and trash, junk wood, other junk material there as well. It was voted to be abated. It was abated in April. Much different than it was.
It's an empty house, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. We have an additional contractor due to the workload. He came in and did it. Did a pretty good job. And it's now compliant.
Dismiss.
Keep his number.
I have a motion to dismiss and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
This one, this leak, Pleasure Valley, junk and trash back from March. This was ordered to be abated. Here's April. No change, still the same stuff there. Grass is getting tall. This one's ready to be abated. Just again, it's in the list, but it's just not the first one on the list. So as soon as the contractor can get to it, this one should not take long. So we might just do this one and another one together, do a 2-for-1 type of option. So.
Motion to continue. A motion to continue and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
McElwain residence here on 800 North. There's March, junk and trash, tires,
Whoa.
inoperable vehicles. This one, I want you to take a note kind of this area right here. When I did the initial case, there were probably 30 or more vehicles. Some were still back here. There were probably 9 or 10 back there, and then the rest were further up on the property. But just again, this is March. And you can continue. There's still some more vehicles here. Here's April. I've been working with the son. His name's Logan. He's been really good to work with. Now you can see this area. There's nothing there.
What do they want the variance to do?
So he is looking into. He has a record. He's looking into maybe doing either police impounds or something. And he said that he might look into getting a variance. Because some of the vehicles, like this black car, runs. It just needs a plate on it or an updated plate. The other ones he's been scrapping. This is a property that they inherited from their grandfather, and then the dad just recently passed away. So there's been a lot of stuff going on. But like I said, Logan and I have walked the property any time together. He's made a lot of progress. I mean, like this area right here, there were 9 or 10 vehicles, and there's nothing there now. Now that trailer's there, but it's plated and it works. So
Move to continue.
For Jody, has he come to you guys at all? Or to
No.
nothing?
No.
So, okay. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Carried.
Jackson here on Maple Drive, March. Just some junk and trash in the back. Jody did a search for me of some numbers. I tried a couple. One was not a working number. The other one, no one answered. So here's April. Still the same thing. There's not a lot that needs to be cleaned up. There's just junk and stuff, trash that's on the back. It looks like someone may be mowing it, so I'm gonna attach a note to the front door to see if someone will call me again. or at least called me. They never called me at all. And then see if I can
It's the one where there was a car and it disappeared.
Initially, there was a car and it, so someone goes by the property occasionally enough to know that vehicles need to be removed.
I'll make a motion, we continue to get hold of somebody.
Okay, so I have a motion to continue to monitor. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Should carry.
This property here on 400 West, March.
This is the guy that works for the county.
Yep. Junk and trash, inoperable vehicles, miscellaneous trash. There's April. This is with partially abated. Now, take a look at this picture. Just kind of like, think about this in your mind, like the setup of this picture. You can go with the next one. This is partially abated. But if you look at the picture from before, kind of tells you some of the story here about that vehicle's blocking the driveway. So this is partially abated. Steve has come in here with his crew a couple times to get this corrected. They've gotten some loads out. This vehicle, this used to be a semi-trailer. They cut the axles off and then put it on the ground. It's still considered a violation because it's still considered a vehicle. So this is going to have to go at some point. But Steve's going to have someone, or the contractor is going to have someone come in and do it. Now, this area down here was covered up with junk, and this was all removed by the property owner himself. So this was a positive to see when I was there. There was also a vehicle at the time that was down there on a trailer that was inoperable, that originally was on the ground. Then he put it on a trailer that the trailer was not in violation. So, and that all was still visible from 400 West. But this is the last picture I took just to kind of show you what I'm dealing with here. And
Was he blocking the drive so that you can't get back in?
this happened a couple times. He has made some progress back here. Like this initially, when I was here during the start of the abatement, this was covered with scrap metal, and there's still quite a bit there. But he's made some progress there. And I said, this one, he cut the axles off and just put it on the ground. And then this trailer, and there's a little bit of other scrap and tires and stuff back here. But the other stuff, the fence is all neatly stacked and rolled. This vehicle's been there for a couple weeks and it's ready to go. So this is going to be one of the first things that goes on whenever the abatement continues.
At least put that up on blocks, put it up against the garage door, thinking that you won't be able to tow it away.
Well, this has been there. I said this has been there. I don't know when it actually came, but they didn't impound that because when they were there to do the initial, or when they started the abatement, they didn't have the wrecker available. They brought other equipment.
Okay.
So we don't need to continue this since the abatement's in progress.
Okay.
Things we have to do, but.
All right, Macaluso on 400 West, March. So this is all stuff from the house initially, from the initial case. I did find out that he was approved for his septic system and is putting in a new one.
Yeah, we issued the permits for the house, so.
Is this the one where the tornado?
Tree
I was by there yesterday. There's a foundation up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've been working on
they laid the blocks. It looks a lot better.
Yeah, that's the same thought I had.
I see a tent there. It makes me wonder, is the owner living there? Huh?
It's for the
Cat
cats.
house. It's for the cats.
It was to help mitigate the mess because he was feeding the cats with paper plates. And they were blowing all over the place. And so now he just puts them in that tent to help alleviate that issue.
Good point, though. But your bottom line here is I recommend dismissal.
I mean, I saw the progress of construction. I know in construction, there's going to be debris. So at some point, it's going to be kind of hard to see, like, is it his or is it just the normal construction debris that's happening? So
I almost feel like based on what I saw, it's done. I'd be in favor of dismissal based on what I saw.
I'll second that. Motion to dismiss the case. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Carry.
this one, Greg Reed here, March.
That was that one. Yeah.
This is prior to the abatement went on. It was voted to be abated. Tires, you can tell all the stuff there. The truck I had tagged previously, it was impounded a week before the abatement started. So it's still at the impound yard currently.
Any other
That's right. That's right. I'm sorry. That's my fault. We don't have any current pictures just because the abatement hadn't finished yet. So it was going on. Yeah, in my notes, it says that we started the abatement that just hasn't been completed yet. So
Just wait till it's completed. How many times have we dealt with him?
Oh, that's the guy up in
Meadowview.
Meadowview. Is that the guy that the actual fire department
Yeah.
blamed?
here's Dwayne Armstrong and Fairlane. Clark Lane. This is back in February. Inoperable vehicles, junk and trash. There's updated pictures here. There has been some improvement. Some of the vehicles are gone. There's still a bunch of junk and trash in the back. Same thing in the back here.
Are you talking about?
I've spoken to him. Yeah. There's trash bags. Those bags have been there for a couple weeks, so they've not moved. There's bedding here that's been there since the initial case started.
They're not getting in a big hurry.
No, this guy I know has some health issues. I don't know if he lives by himself or not. I know there's been people in and out there, but I don't know all the story there. So that's just where we're sitting currently. You can tell that there's shingles here on the driveway and other scrap and trash in the back.
Would it be an aid to abate the property for him, or should we give him more time? Can he get it done?
I don't know. It's only been 2 months. It's been about just over 2 months. I'm not sure. I know that he had told me he had a decent amount of health issues. So he had someone that did the vehicles. I don't know who it was, but they got those taken care of. So I'm kind of on the fence. Like there's
They
been
roll.
some, yeah,
They roll.
yeah. Well, like the slur and the other stuff, those are gone.
Oh, it's not gonna.
Well, I would make a motion that we send him a pre-abatement notice. Let him mull that over and maybe he'll be inspired. And if not, we will take care of it for him.
Second. I have a motion to send a pre-abatement notice and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Trent Buckland on Sycamore Road in Pleasant View. March pictures. This again was junk and trash, inoperable vehicles. various scrap. Those are from the initial. There's updated pictures here in April. He's got all the vehicles compliant. Front yards looked a lot better. Side yard looked a little bit better as well. This side of the yard is still got some junk and trash. He left me a voicemail without getting pictures that day and said that he should have it done by this meeting. He was hoping to be here. And then he left me a voicemail this morning saying that he wasn't going to be able to be here due to some other stuff with the storm. He had to go out and deal with that, and that he's not quite done yet. But and these are from just under a week ago.
Has
Left
that been
the
taken
same
away yet?
voicemail.
Did he?
He did. So he called both of us.
Okay.
But then he also left another voicemail this morning wanting a copy of the original complaint. So I have emailed that to him as well. So, yeah.
As all those appliances, are they still there as far as we know?
Yeah, as of that date, those are all still there.
So I'll go back and cleaned up like today.
I heard that he's in HVAC, so I don't know if this is like going to be a reoccurring issue or not, but you can tell it. It's probably accurate because there's a lot of coils.
He's scrappy though too.
Yeah.
But he's got all that separated out.
Well, it looks like he's made some progress, so I would be in favor of continuing. And I would make that motion.
Second.
A second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Here's the Rady property on South Smithland Road, March. Oh gosh, coming trash and all that stuff out there. Inoperable vehicles up in the front yard. Here's April. They are needing to mow the grass. You'll see that a lot of the trash that was there is gone now. Now, this is from the county road on where I'm at now, not on Smithland, they kind of T, but you can still see the vehicles that are behind the fence, visible from the roadway that are inoperable and not plated. This area here has cleaned up a lot. You'll notice all the weeds by the building are gone. There's still some stuff you can still see through the fence holes there, but this area has been cleaned up quite a bit. And then the picture that I got on the front, I don't believe I got a good picture. So this is where we're sitting right now. Really, it's just the vehicles that can be seen and then the tall grass.
Well, to stand by what we wrote down here, that if it wasn't compliant, we would abate. Would you call this compliant, or would you have them come out and mow?
Well, I mean, the other thing is with being able to see those vehicles, even though they're behind a fence. I mean, where is this put? Because this was before I was here with them putting up a fence and stuff. So,
That's for
that.
parents.
You can still see it, I think,
right.
even with the fence being up. Yeah.
Aaron told them that they could build a fence and hide it.
That was back when.
Yeah.
That was an option.
So I guess, should I go out and tag those vehicles and then try and talk to them again and say,
Are these vehicles within the fence?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just visible through the fence.
and then you can see on the tops.
I don't
And they
know.
claim they were grandfathered because of the fence.
I mean, that might be the issue here, because they did have a prior case under a prior ordinance.
That was dismissed.
That was dismissed once they put the vehicles behind a fence and the.
Really all we're dealing with now is the mow.
Other ones.
We call a guy and say mow it and we'll be done, or
That guy will not,
you don't think he will?
he's not easy to get along with.
I mean, I can try and talk to his mom, or we can talk to the,
Jake.
yeah.
The attorney.
Jake's
Jim was here last month.
Jason, the grandson, and it's his uncle that
Yeah.
Doing all this.
doing all the stuff to his grandmother's property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there has been improvement. That's the thing.
Yeah, I was shocked that they dumped all that trash out there and thought they were gonna get away with that. But
I'm shocked it's all gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Put it in and,
I'm sorry.
the next complaint will come from.
Pretty much know what happened.
You want to take a chance and dismiss the property?
I think they'll eventually get that mowed. Now, of course, we got rain, and they're gonna have to mow it, but I would say he will mow it. He's got a good tractor, but I mean, the poor or the poor mother, who's, and she's not healthy anyway, and I don't want to take this personally, but I think at this place, we could dismiss it. If that would be my vote, because I don't want somebody shot over grass.
Yeah, you're right. I
You
make a
know.
motion that we dismiss and thank them for cleaning it up the way they did.
A second.
A motion to dismiss. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
No, but he got aggressive,
Oh, okay.
but I'm familiar with him from other places.
Gotcha.
You can't talk between that line and that line, can you?
Well, yeah. All right, here's this, North
He's
Michigan.
been a
Road.
resident of Shelby County. Let's just say
Yeah,
that way.
yes. So here's the initial case here on the North Michigan Road. Multiple inoperable vehicles, some other junk and stuff that were visible. Yard had junk and trash in it. Hold on though. Ready for this? All these bags. Here's April.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. The property resident that was there, they were living there temporarily. They were moving back to Texas and they took all their stuff with them.
Ready for dismissal?
Great.
Yes.
Move to dismiss.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. So the next sprint.
Oh, boy.
New case.
We have several repeat cases.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, first one.
Yeah. There's Mr. Black.
Oh, it finally fell in.
Yeah.
It's been down.
And this actually got worse.
Boy, I haven't been by there for at least, but I've noticed all this stuff out front there.
Yeah.
Some of these knows.
Yeah, the fence, the gate there has actually fallen worse than the picture I took initially. I was by there while I was getting pictures last week, and it seems like you can see even more than what I took a picture of. And the front, there are vehicles that are plated, but there are some that are not that I could see. Now this one, I got up closer because I wanted to see, and then there's a tag. But on the other side, it would be on the east side of the property. There's one vehicle for sure that I did not tag where it's supposed to be. I didn't see one in the window. Now, if it's laying in the seat, I didn't, But with this one having had multiple repeats and other stuff, it was just deemed that I take pictures from where I did, and I just send the notice. So I didn't even try and make contact with him other than the notice. He did not claim his notice. It came back to me unclaimed. And that's one of the issues that Lisa and I were going to talk about. You want to speak about that?
We may want to update the ordinance at the end of the year. There is option to send registered mail, and it will go to the homeowner. They don't have to sign anything. And so we know more than likely they're going to get it, because I think Ben and I feel like when somebody gets notification of certified mail, they just ignore it because they typically know it's not good news. So with the other option we have, it gets mailed to them. It will end up in their mailbox. So, but to make that change, we have to kind of make some changes in the ordinance. So we'll talk more about that in December.
Justin, we change it to certified mail or to regular mail?
So we're doing certified mail currently. And
Then they can reject it.
right, yeah, they can ignore it. With this new option, which really isn't a new option, it's been out there, but it will go to their mailbox. They don't have an option of rejecting it, but yet we have proof that we've sent it to them. So
You posted on the property, the notice?
So I usually put a door hanger
Yeah.
on there as well.
Okay.
But again, with this.
With our history with Mr. Black being angry, violent, I told Ben, take pictures and,
Good
I
direction.
mean, we're,
And one of the last times I was there, there were three guys there and it was kind of a 3-against-1 situation.
Yeah.
And so it ended up working out just fine, but
Yeah.
you never know. So
Is this a business and is it zoned?
No.
he's a collector.
He collects.
You would not believe how many vehicles.
Oh, I know.
He got booted out, what, Johnson County and another county, and then we were so lenient, he came and put everything here.
What's the chances of Edinburgh or, annexing this property? Wouldn't that be nice?
So my thing is, we've been down this road, he thumbs his nose at us. I would like to just jack the fine up to like $5,000 or $10,000, just so that
Agree.
if
I mean, that's where he has paid attention to us when we've hit him with fines. It goes onto his property taxes and the bank will, he has a lien on his property, so they notify him and
We do that today, or should we order him to appear and tell him we're going to do that?
I mean, he already got the notice, well,
we've
we've sent him a notice that he should have appeared at this meeting.
I mean, I will go down and do the legwork and try to make contact with him. He might not be there.
Yeah, he's usually.
He knows what, he knows what's going
If
on.
the Shelby County Sheriff's Department isn't enough, Atterbury is not far. We got the National Guard.
So with our due diligence, we have to try to get a hold of him though. I mean, more than a letter.
We've tried. I mean,
I make a
I didn't
motion
send
that
him
we
an
find
email.
$10,000 and abate the property.
that's what I,
He doesn't want to do an email. Now, I did not send him an email this time. I just sent it to him via certified mail. I can send him an email if you would like me to and try and do it that way.
Let me clarify something, please. If we fine him $10,000, which is our max,
We dismiss it.
does that automatically dismiss the case?
No.
It does not. Okay.
so if we do a $10,000 fine and abate, do these vehicles go away, or if they're all plated and operable, they stay right there?
Well, he claims they're all operable, but none of them are plated. And that, it doesn't, if they're not plated, even if they'll start and move,
I mean, it's on the property owner to show us that they meet all the requirements under the ordinance. If
he
you
needs to
visibly see it.
insure every one of his cars and go get a plate for it.
My thinking is, once the fence is fallen down, are we able to say, oh, now all the things we see come under our ordinance?
Yes, I think we are. I mean, as long as the fence is down, anything you can see from a public roadway falls under our ordinance.
To me, that's what I think we ought to, now that the thing's down, we ought to say, okay, you've opened that door.
So back in the day, when he first came in front of the board, they did go out and they started a multitude of the vehicles and moved it. It was in the backyard and everything in the front, except for a few, if I remember right, moved and ran and all that. I mean, that was all weeks ago.
But now we have to have a plate too, right?
Now we have, and that wasn't so when I was on the board before, was it?
I don't remember.
I don't think it had to be plated. I think they just had to start and move.
We added recently.
Okay.
So
Now that the fence is down and you can see, he can't put that back up, can he, and say he's.
He can put it back. I mean, there was
Still-
a case where we dismissed it based on him putting everything behind the fence. So he can rely, I mean, right now it's down, but if he puts the fence back up, yes, it's still
That's my question. If he puts it back up, then.
correct. Anything behind the fence, everything in front of it is
Okay.
still an issue.
Yeah.
But the stuff last time when I was out there, he proved that it was operable. And at that point in time, they were all plated. Now this time, there is the fence is down and then there's at least one vehicle on the east side that doesn't have a plate. So.
we took your tags off the last time you put them on there, didn't we?
Right, but that's why I always take pictures on my phone. So I still have that photo evidence of that. But this white car, I believe, is the one that I'm talking about that does not have a plate on it. And you'll note that actually that truck right there too as well. You don't see a plate underneath the tailgate.
So what is the difference between a guy with just 30 junk cars and a guy that says he's a collector. I mean, is,
Shaking their head.
oh, well, I still move that we,
We've tried it,
$10,000 in an abatement.
and that would abate everything that can be seen.
Yeah.
You know,
Not behind.
We tried that you can't park in grass. You have to have a, stone,
Yeah.
asphalt, something.
Well, that's,
Richie, that's not under our ordinance though.
Right. We've looked at everything we could. We've been there.
all we can do is make it painful for him to keep doing this.
Mhm.
So I don't know if we've got that motion, but if not, I would make it $10,000 fine.
It's clear what we're gonna do here, okay? So we have a motion to fine $10,000 and abate. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried.
Now, right now, we're just talking about out front.
Or through the gate.
Through the gate until, yeah.
We can see through the gate, there's 3 vehicles there.
So if he
Until the
doesn't-
fence gets repaired.
if he doesn't repair the fence, the abatement comes, we're going.
Visible from the roadway while the fence is there. I would make that very clear when we.
Yeah.
That's-
So I mean, if, not just these 3, but if you can get over here and see others, I'm thinking they all fall under.
Yeah.
It's what you see from the.
Now, I can't remember, is there a fence all the way on every side where it's open in the back?
I think it's open in the back.
Believe it or not, there's a swimming pool back there.
I knew there was something like that back there.
I've looked at GIS and you can see footprint of a pool.
Yeah.
It was full of car parks at one time.
Was it really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This next one's not a repeat case, so we'll move forward if you guys are okay with that. Well, but we could dismiss it though.
Yeah, so this one,
Yeah.
thank you.
That one.
Yeah, so this one, they were planning on being here. They must have had something come up. This one came in with a bunch of other cases. The only thing that was wrong with this property was that white truck in the back. Will tell you it was inoperable and not plated. It was operable. Here's a picture of the updated plate. It's now plated. I believe this property's compliant.
I make a motion to dismiss.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay.
This one's just a new case.
Keep going then.
Here's Berwick Trust. This is a repeat case here. 300 East.
Boy.
Yeah, this one's bad. This one I met, this one's real bad. I met, Robert and I went out together and did this property and, there is a lot of stuff. Now, this guy he's called me twice. First time he called me, he was pretty upset. And he said, that he wasn't going to be bullied into getting rid of his stuff. He left me a voicemail while I was out getting pictures this past week and said that he's gotten rid of most of it. I've not been able to go back out yet. I have not had a chance. There's been too much other stuff going on to verify if that's the case or not. But I know that the tags are expired on the plates on the vehicles. So those could be impounded at any point in time, but there's all this junk and trash that I don't think it's all gone.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that you tag the vehicles and send him a pre-abatement notice.
The vehicles have already been tagged.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, the expiration on that has ended, so they could be removed.
Okay, send him a pre-abatement notice that if he's working on it, good for him. If it's not a big difference next month, we'll abate it.
Is that the Berwick truck?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a motion to, pre-abate or send the notice of pre-abatement. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. What kind of value is in all this junk? I just don't get, you take them myself.
Doing him a favor.
Here's another repeat case here on 900 South. You can read the notes for yourself, but this was the initial case. junk and trash, tires, inoperable vehicles, piles over here, 3 vehicles that I was able to tag. This one was one that got hot and there's pursuing charges on intimidation.
And you were in the district truck when you pulled in.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Make a motion to abate the property.
So
I think this one will have to have court action. I mean, his threats were to put a bullet in his head.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
The, not the property owner, but the tenant.
the boyfriend of the tenant and her boyfriend, they're the one that lived there. The sister's the one that owns it. It was the boyfriend that threatened me and made that statement. So if we do go back down there, I would want some other people to go with me, and just because of the seriousness of it.
I feel like abatement isn't enough. I think this requires a big fine just to make it cost. Does anyone else agree with that? I mean, I feel like the minute they threaten somebody.
I think we discussed that a couple of meetings ago.
Well, but it's the homeowner's relative. I mean,
I don't mean to speak personally here, but this has got to stop. Like, I go out and do this stuff. Like, I can't keep getting
no,
threatened. Like, I have a family. I want to go home to.
We don't
want
We don't want this for you at all.
but I mean, I feel sorry that it's not the homeowner that did it, but I think they are responsible for who they rent to. And if there's a threat, I feel like there needs to be a big fine.
Yeah.
So I've moved, I don't know, what do you think? $2,000 fine, $5,000 fine?
In my head, I was thinking five.
$5,000 fine plus abatement.
Because I mean, it was a blatant
Yeah.
threat to put a bullet in your head.
Well, yeah, I mean, the actions there were, and by this point, if you tell where I'm at in this picture, I'm already committed on the property. My truck is hundreds of feet that way. So yeah, all I'd say, I think that would probably be a good thing.
Okay, but let me clarify something in this. You were speaking with her. That's
Yeah,
no.
she and I we were making headway, no problem. No, that's the sister. That's the one that owns it. Her name is
April Phelps.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's in there. Yeah,
Okay.
April's been here before.
yeah. I guess they both have been here. Was what.
What our minutes said, yes. So, yeah.
I kind of expected them to be here today, so I'm glad they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sister goes out there.
We have a motion to fine them $5,000 and abate the property.
Now,
Correct.
do we need the court thing?
I think that is the concern that Ben was getting at, is that he wants probably back.
He's not more than happy.
He's gonna need
Well,
in
and-
order to do that, so.
Yeah, I need a bit of assistance just because.
So that would be the motion to go through the court for the abatement plus the $5,000.
I'll second. And I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Okay. That's the worst of the worst.
So the new vehicle and all the stuff help, not.
Well, he didn't know who I was until he saw the truck. Because he came out a couple of times and then he looked at the truck and saw what it said and stuff, and all of a sudden
Oh,
changed. And but I'm still thankful for the truck. Like, it's nice to have it, nice to be able to, again, selfishly here, if I'm gonna get attacked, I'd rather not be on my personal vehicle.
are you wearing a vest?
So that's been ordered. It's not here yet. And I do wear the one that I was issued from the sheriff's department.
So you are wearing one.
I have one with me. Yeah. And this last case, due to the other stuff and with what the meeting we had back in December or January, I forget when that was, but the commissioners and all of that board were on board with me, open carrying and, and this all happened when I was.
But it didn't even phase that gentleman. I mean, he had his gun right in front of the man,
I tried to
still threatened him.
de-escalate. The other thing that Lisa and I talked about is that this is one of those things where once we get the body cam, this would be a really good benefit of that body cam because then it would give evidence to the courts. I mean, it could be visible. I think if that would work here, we could view it here and you guys could all see it. I mean, I told Lisa this. I said, you believe me. I mean, I'm not lying to you, but I could be, but I'm not. The body cam will show all of you firsthand. Now, it's not going to catch everything, just like body cams don't catch, body language and stuff like that. But you'll be able to see and hear him say, or whoever it is, if they were to do that again.
So have charges been filed against him?
They were pursuing it last week. They
That's
reached
what I
out
was
to
gonna
me.
ask,
Yeah.
if that was,
Yeah.
a chargeable offense.
It is, yeah. The only
If they're
thing,
threatening a government official.
well,
Yeah.
but I don't qualify in this case.
Oh,
Yeah, I looked up the statute. It's corrections, police,
yeah.
firefighter, EMT, in the course of their duties, and then
Okay.
something else. So it doesn't come down to,
Best.
because then that would have been a felon. So,
Yeah.
so here's Mullen, repeat case here on Old Rushville Road. This one is junk and trash visible from the roadway. These bags were opening when I was there, and there was a bunch of stuff there. One vehicle that was inoperable, and some other miscellaneous junk. You see the stuff there. I made contact with a resident there, doesn't own it. Then I talked to the owner on the phone. They're aware of the issues. They were going to work on it. Like I said, this is a repeat case from before I was here, so it's been a couple years.
Is this across from Settles?
Yes.
Well, their answer has been to just put up a whole bunch of mini barns. I mean, if that's the place I'm thinking of, I go by there, I bet you there's 4 or 5 mini barns
By there.
and stuff in addition to all this stuff that's out there.
I know that when I spoke with her, she said that they have an aggressive dog, so I wasn't able to get pictures of the backyard. I do know that there's some stuff back there. You can clearly tell it's probably some violations. If you look straight through here between these two trees, there's a mower that's old and out of operation. So you have all this stuff here that is to consider.
Think you got anywhere talking to the lady about getting it cleaned up?
So the resident, the young lady I spoke with, she lives there with her boyfriend, I believe is the owner's son, and they got right on the vehicle that was not plated. He sent me the notice like a week, maybe not even a week later, less than a week later, he got the registration updated. But that's not the owner. So I need to go back by and see. When I got there, I mean, it was all these bags were opening, raccoons had gotten in it. I mean, there was just trash kind of everywhere. But I know that at least the husband is not in good health. So I don't know what the capability is of the wife, if she's able to do some of the other cleanup herself or not. I'm willing to go out and check and, see where we're sitting.
I'll make a motion that we continue to monitor and let you work your magic.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
We just need a motion to continue all the other new cases, please.
Make that motion that we continue to monitor all the new cases.
Second.
And a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Carried. Gentlemen, what are we gonna do about all these threats?
I don't know what we
I don't
can
know.
do.
I don't know. I mean, Dave and I were just talking, before. I think immediately, I mean, it's a major fine, just like we said, $5,000 or whatever. Any kind of threat like that. a physical and, especially when there's a firearm involved and, you got to do that first. Body cam, I think will help. I think body cam will help and then.
For the evidence, and then, again, I don't want this to happen, but say I were to be killed during doing this job. I don't want it to be. I mean, I have a wife and 5 kids that I live home to, and I have plans. But whatever, if that's what God has for me, then whatever. But at least the body cam would give evidence of maybe who did it. What happened.
Well, I think body cam too, once that is in place, I mean, that's not only with the extreme things with the guns, but it's also the belligerent acts that we can start to try to prosecute too. I mean, anybody just, gets overly aggressive or whatever.
Do you report each time to the sheriff department?
So if it's a what I would deem a criminal offense, reportable, I do that. The line, again, I have to be really careful about is one, not doing both jobs at the same time. And then this last time, they were kind of like, do we do the report or do we send it to state police? Because I'm an employee in the sheriff's department as well. So they don't want to have a conflict of interest.
I understand.
So I do try and keep up with that. The other thing that's coming, it should be any time, is that we'll have a unit number for the compliance guy, whoever that is, me or whoever. And then we'll be in contact with dispatch. So whenever I'm out somewhere, I will radio dispatch and say, I'm out at this address for follow-up or whatever it might be. So at least someone else knows. Like I said before, Lisa might not be in the office every day. She might be at a meeting. She's busy. She can't keep tabs on me. I mean, like, it's just not in her, she's got enough on her plate already. So if someone else can know that I'm at a property and they don't hear from me in like an hour or half an hour, whatever the timeline would be, they're going to reach out to me on the radio. If they don't hear from me, they're going to call me on the cell phone, and I still don't respond. They're going to send someone down to check it. Where that's not in place, that's not been in place. But now those steps are going forward, and I think that's going to really bring some safety to this issue.
Where are we at on our officer having the body cam?
It's in process. It's been purchased, and it takes 8 weeks or so, sometimes more, to get made and then to be delivered and then be installed and some training on it. So there's already been some training. Lisa's gone through some, I've been through some stuff.
You've talked with the commissioners about wearing your vest and wearing your firearm.
And they're all on board. The ones that were at the board meeting, they were all on board with it.
Session, yes.
Is a body cam obvious to the person on the other end? Do they see it like, oh, I'm being?
Well, I'll have it because when I get the outer carry vest, it will be probably center mass or somewhere like that. And in Indiana, only one person needs to know that you're being recorded, so I don't have to tell them, hey, this.
I guess what I'm thinking, is it a deterrent? Do they see that and say, oh, I better watch what I'm doing?
Gun wasn't a deterrent, so
It should be, but it's all
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
and who knows?
Are we gonna have to have like a sheriff's deputy get overtime to make our?
We can't. You can speak on behalf of that department, but they're legally bound to only do so many things and they can't join us in every single case, unfortunately.
Well, it's not an IC, like Indiana criminal code issue. It's a local ordinance. And so even like when we had our meeting, the sheriff was saying like them being there could be a way of persuading them just because of the officer presence in that they need to do it or something is going to happen. Again, that's where for me, having both roles, I've got to be careful about, not saying I'm this.
Well, once we get the court order, then they can be there.
And then they'll get a copy of the writ of assistance, and then what we'll do is we'll schedule a time to make it happen with both, and then they'll have someone there.
From a legal standpoint, like with this deal here that we're talking about, is it Can we file charges or does it have to go through the sheriff or the state police?
You say we being the board.
Yeah, being this entity.
I mean, I think Ben filing charges is on behalf of this. entity.
Yeah.
When he reports it, it is on behalf of the recycling. Yeah.
So this seems to be occurring, but then I don't see anything beyond that. You know,
And sometimes the prosecutor will get a case, they'll get like, the way it works is that we go out and investigate, say sheriff's department related now, go out, get a report of threats. We do a report and we send it to the prosecutor. The prosecutor will be like, yeah, I'm gonna pick this up to prosecute, or no, it's not worth my time. And so that's where it's now over there to see if they want to do anything
Do
with it or
anything
not.
about it.
And if they don't, then, yeah. It is what it is.
As a deterrent, when you get the body cam and you see something beginning to escalate, I mean, maybe as a deterrent, you would say, this is being recorded and charges can be filed.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
would that be something that you would do?
that when I was talking to him, so initially I didn't even engage with him because I was talking with her. We were making progress. I just ignored him because I'm like, well, I don't need to engage with him. The only time I engaged with him was when he came up to me the third time, maybe the second, but whatever it was, third time, and came up with the air punch. And then he walked away and said what he said. And I said, come back here for a second. I want to talk to you. We need to. And I wanted to get some more information from him. I wanted to get his name. I wanted to get his date of birth. Just kind of use my verbal judo to get some more information, not to start a fight, but to be like, hey man, this is not a good idea. Even when I left and I was talking to her, I told her, I said, don't be surprised if you see some boys in brown come knocking at your door. Because again, sometimes if you use a higher level of force, maybe not the best way of saying this, but like that is a way of de-escalating a situation. That the public might not understand, but you can say something here and that will immediately bring this person from here to here, which is what the goal is. So that's what I was wanting to do, but I also was mindful that no one knew where I was. I was already committed so far on property. I really don't want to get into a shootout.
No.
I don't want.
No.
I mean, I will do whatever I can to protect myself, but
Lisa, remind me of something, if I think I'm thinking right. In that meeting we had with the commissioners, Louis Phillips said part-time sheriff's department gets $52 an hour.
I don't remember the rate, but it's there.
it's north of 55.
Can we hire at $55 an hour to just to walk with you? I mean, would that be?
No, and it's because it's the same thing. It's the persuasion that them being with me would persuade them to do more.
It's intimidation, something like that.
That's why they requested a court order.
Yeah.
So now they can't enforce that once there's a court order.
So we just got to take a little longer, go through the court.
We go through protocol.
Okay. Well, above all, we don't want to put you at risk. It's better walk away
Right.
and just fine.
Well, and like I said, this was an initial case. This was not, I'd never been there before. It was an initial case. So, I mean, this can happen on initial cases. It can be on.
Yeah, it can happen.
I mean, that's, you just don't know. Yeah.
Happen.
Yeah. And I'm thankful to have the training I've had, which I know is probably beating a dead horse, but if someone didn't have that, this could be a whole different situation. There might not be someone here right now because they could have maybe escalated, or they may have not been self-aware to be like,
I may have went back to the office and quit.
well, that too.
As you should.
When you're wearing the radio and you're in a situation like this, is there a real quick code you can give?
So
I'm in trouble.
yeah, I can push my what's called a man down button, and then they'll know if my radio is linked, which mine is, to dispatch who it is, and then dispatch will know, hey, Ben's radio is going off in emergency mode. We need to send someone. Now, again, the way it is, sometimes it's just big county, limited resources. I mean, there's been days when I'm working for the sheriff's department and there's only 2 other guys, 3 of us for the whole county. And it's been like, those days are the most busy. So,
Big county.
and that's where I don't know, for the person doing this job, there needs to be maybe some clarity in like what, other than self-defense, like what else can happen just for back. I was talking to someone else the other day about that. If something were to happen, making sure that that is in place, if they're not like, oh, was this in place before? If that makes sense.
I guess my thought was, it'd be nice if you felt things were escalating, if you could key your radio and say, unit 73, code 1 or whatever, and that would alert them to at least try to get in touch with you in 5 minutes.
Right.
I don't know if there's anything like that, because if they wait for an hour, it could be way too long.
The other thing I could do is if it's getting, like, say I'm already committed on a property and it's getting hot, I can just key up my radio and that transmission, say the guy is being verbally aggressive, I'll just key up the radio and hold it. And that is being heard throughout the whole county in dispatch and the police cars. So then they'll know, and then I'll start talking, everybody knows my voice. Well, most of the seasoned guys know my voice, dispatch will know my voice, and they'll hear that. And then,
Okay.
but there are tactics that I would use to,
Okay.
So let me think out loud again here. If we as a board automatically, step 1, you're in violation. We confirm the violation. We don't go on the property. And then you come back to us and say, okay, violation, automatically, fine. Period. We're just gonna start fining instead of just trying to get it now cleaned up. Just automatic fine until you get it cleaned up. Would that be a better way to go than sending somebody out there risking their lives?
Or do we order, we've invited them in, do we order them in? And say,
I don't think they see that as anything. I think it's just kind of.
Well, this is something we need to, this man's life is not worth somebody's trash.
For me personally, I would, like, if I were the head of all this, I would be like, you're not getting out, it's drive by. If you can't see it from the street, then we don't care. But that's just.
And if you do see it from the street, it just.
And then you can take a picture.
Acknowledged it. You have the right to go forward, fines and be done with it.
Yeah, I mean.
And how much, maybe with fines get to $20,000 and $30,000, they'll take it a little more serious.
So that will require an ordinance change, I'm sure, which is fine, not a problem there. But we would need to explain it to the people that are complaining about those properties as well.
That's the
I think,
trade-off.
which is fine, safety is first, but I think we need to be very transparent and say this is our steps now.
Yeah, I mean, we're at some point with all the methods in this county, which they say it wasn't as bad as it was, but it's still bad. You're dealing with a lot of mental illness. Who, this is my stuff, and they don't know you from Shinola. That's all they own. They're going to threaten you. Is it working? No, it's not.
Right.
So we either have to check. And you asked this question to the commissioners, and none of them answered anything. Is this ordinance worth enforcing? And not, well, you weren't at that meeting, but it was complete silence. Or they went on to something else. So
I asked them the last time I was meeting with them on other stuff, and they're like, oh, well, he's taking precautions. Like, all right, I warned you.
But I don't want, after the president shot, it's not the point to say what could be done different. It should be asked before.
I agree.
And
Right.
Don't take it personally.
No, I appreciate the support. I really do. I think, like I said before, we talked about like the dissolving of the ordinance. I think there is a need for it. I think, with the abatements that we've had before, where we've had human feces been collected, we've had other things that have been an issue. We've had people that, like, we've had a realtor that's called me and said that they had like a $50,000 reduction in the comps because of a house that's next to them, like the Bogstown thing. I think there's a need for it. I think there's a balance of how we're going to do it. Is there a time when I think the person needs to go on the property? Definitely. I think you just gotta kind of feel it out. And be like, I mean, even this last one, I said the threat. I drove by the property. I was driving by the property first, kind of get an idea of where I'm going, what I'm doing, who all is there, and then I came back. It was, I'm gonna say, a little old lady. more older than I am, whatever. And the only one I saw, so guard down a little bit. So I think, sorry, I'm rambling here on this, but it's kind of like, there's a time when I think it needs to happen. And I just don't know how we're gonna figure that out.
I mean, I'm not only worried about you, but I worry about our contractor. I mean, that's where it could really get heated. Somebody sees you hauling their junk off, now they're gonna get their gun out.
Yeah, he's been doing off good.
I mean, he's braver than I would be.
I agree. The truck is out in the parking lot. I drove today in it, so if you guys haven't seen it, check it out.
Can turn the lights on for you.
I tell you what,
Oh, boy.
I've seen it at the highway department. It's impressive.
Good.
It reminds me a lot of DNR, which has all the authority of the land.
Right, yeah.
And sometimes they don't mark pickers.
Yeah. No, it's got the white and the amber lights in it. It's got, EMA gave us a radio charger for the radio that we'll be having for the office. For, again, whoever does this job, or if it's me or whoever would come after me, they'll have a radio, and that's going to be provided by the county. I said, this all is being set up. It just takes some time just because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Well, we made a motion that you're gonna have to stay.
Wait, how much money is it gonna take to get you to stay?
I'm not going anywhere yet. I've not heard anything, but
Keep saying me or whoever.
well, staying like,
Make us nervous.
whoever, if it's me or whoever,
That's the
I can promise you this, Tim and Richie ain't going out there.
you guys want to go with me? We can do it together.
Wouldn't that be the same amount of intimidation? 3 of us against one?
I mean,
I'm thinking no.
They always get the slowest one.
You only gotta be faster than one other person.
That's right.
Do you have something else? Our May meeting would typically fall May 26th, that Tuesday, but Memorial Day is the 25th and the commissioners will need their room for their meeting. So we'd like to bump our meeting to Wednesday, the 27th at 9 a.m. Any conflicts?
This is May 27th.
Correct.
The only conflict will be another thing that I can postpone that.
I have a doctor's appointment in Shelbyville at 11.
I'm sure
I'll
we're,
be here for a while.
If you move quicker with the motions, we can get you out.
I'm,
Just kidding.
so is that what, we're gonna do that?
everybody's good with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
As far as I know,
Yep.
got that symbol. There it is.
That's right. Do you have anything for it? We thank you for being here. 27. Appreciate that. Jody?
I do not have anything else.
Lisa?
That's it for me.
You like a motion to dismiss? me?
No, I don't really care one way or the other. I got nothing else to do. Yes, you don't care.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. What you did.
That's the one I